Sometimes, the reality is stranger than fiction. Other times, reality straight up seems like fiction. We're not talking about magic, mermaids, and knights in shining armor. We're talking about the strangest little known things on the planet. Here is a list of 10 things you never knew existed. 1. An alien abduction insurance policy. You already know that home insurance, car insurance, and life insurance exist, but what about alien abduction insurance? For $19.95 you can get just that from the St. Lawrence Agency in Altamonte Springs, Florida. The unique company has sold more than 6,000 policies to date, all for $10 million worth of coverage, according to the Miami Herald. However, in order to qualify for a claim, you'll have to make your way back to Earth. And not just that, you'll also need the signature of an authorized, on-board alien. Good luck with that. 2. Professional apologizers. If you have a knack for expressing regrets and are good at making others feel better about an inconvenient or unpleasant situation, then you might be perfectly suited for a career as a professional apologizer. Companies like Southwest Airlines hire qualified candidates to deal with irate customers, which means that you can get paid to offer effective apologies. You have to be able to assess the circumstance, understand what the issue is, what led to the issue, and turn it around to a response that the customer can relate to, the hiring manager told Wallet Pop. 3. Fruit shapers. In Japan, nature is given a little helping hand when it comes to its shape. There, you can find pears, apples, watermelons, and more in the shape of cubes, hearts, and even people. Or, if you prefer veggies, there are also heart and star-shaped cucumbers. You can buy fruit molds to grow your own oddly shaped fruit or buy it pre-grown. 4. Professional face feelers. You can't be afraid of getting up close and personal when you're a professional face feeler. Also called sensory scientists, these pros touch other people's faces after they've used products like razors or lotions, and then give their expert opinions on how the products can be improved. Usually a part-time job for those in the business, these professionals tend to work just 2 to 3 hours a day and 2 to 3 days a week, while making around $10 to $25 an hour for their touchy-feely know-how, according to ABC News. 5. Zebroids. With their striking black and white stripes, zebras are pretty amazing creatures on their own. However, when one of the animals mates with another equine, such as a horse or donkey, the hybrid offspring is called a zebroid. The individuals can be zorses, zonkies, or zonies, among other combinations. That's a zonkie, above. 6. A muscle that only exists in 85% of the population. The Palmaris longus is a muscle that you might have in your forearm or you might not. That's because around 15% of people simply don't have a Palmaris longus. To see if you have one, pinch your thumb and your pinky finger together. If a tendon sticks out in your wrist, you have a Palmaris longus. 7. A red beach. There are plenty of beautiful white sand beaches. But in China, there's a beach that's deep crimson. Panjin Red Beach is named due to the fact that it's covered by red suede seaweed instead of sand. The seaweed begins to grow during April and May and is green throughout the summer. When autumn comes, it turns a radiant shade of red. 8. Umbrellas with cup holders. It's incredibly annoying to have to juggle your coffee and your umbrella on rainy days. That's why the coffee-loving umbrella design by Zheng Wu Li is so handy. The umbrella looks pretty normal at first, but the handle includes a built-in cup holder. 9. Funeral mimes. Back in ancient Rome, mourning someone after they died included an interesting ritual. During the funeral, a procession would take place where the deceased person's body would be paraded through the streets followed by mourners and musicians, as well as someone called an archimime. The archimime was a type of jester that was tasked with imitating the living version of the dead person, mimicking their gestures and other recognizable mannerisms. 10. Trees with blood-like sap. While they sound like something straight out of Game of Thrones or Harry Potter, dragon's blood trees can be found on the island of Socotra in Yemen. The trees look normal at first, but they get their name from their dark red sap that looks like blood.